to share more about digital strategies in improving OSH performance. Let us welcome the Environment, Health and Safety Manager of Essilor Manufacturing Philippines Incorporated, Engineer Rosalie S. Payumo.
Good morning, everyone. Again, I am Engineer Rosalie, an accredited OSH consultant and a licensed chemical in profession, giving you the discussion about the digital strategies in improving our OSH performance. So to start with, let me share some of our objectives on this session. First is to describe the opportunities, but also the potential challenges and risks for work health and safety brought by the digitalization. Second is to present you some of our company's programs using these digital strategies in improving our OSH performance. So to cite some, we are using a Gensuite. We also do have some Techno Club, which I will explain later, and some engineering solutions. So again, not all the digital strategies I will be discussing are being applied in our company, but for the sake of information sharing, I included here in this presentation. Okay, so for digital strategies, the digital technologies, we all know that they provide a lot of essential services to all the sectors of our economy, including the society. And these developments can create new challenges for OSH and its management. And the rate at which these developments are taking faster than ever before. When we say digital technology, it's no longer a thing of the future, but of present. So it's just necessary and beneficial that we are discussing now all the potentials of these developments in the workplace for us to anticipate the challenges, to maximize the benefits, okay, for the sake of improving our working conditions inside our companies. So to start with, my first on my list is the smart PPE. So these are wearable digital technology, which can be defined as a clothing or a PPE enhanced with built-in intelligent electronic devices that advances our workplace safety from head to toe and can even unlock unprecedented opportunities to protect our people. It can also allow a real-time monitoring of the hazards, can be used to provide early warnings of harmful exposures, the stress of the people, their health problems, and even fatigue. So using this technology, it is also possible for us to ensure that PPE are worn properly, and there could be some integrated acceleration sensors that can detect collisions, free falling, and an unexpected immobility of the wearer, and to send immediate response or immediate information to an external responder or to concerned people to have a rescue or to have a response to that given scenario. So other sensors that can be integrated are for those temperature, the moisture, or the ambient brightness, which enables additional functions that can be adapted to customers' need, depending on the respective area of application. However, again, these effective strategies and systems and ethical decisions are needed in the context of handling the large quantity of sensitive personal data that we could generate with the use of this smart PPE. Also, we have to be careful for a malfunction or the generation of incorrect data or advice that could also cause injury or ill health to the wearer because of misjudgment or because they are expecting for a reliable smart PPE and to react unexpectedly or expected based on the analysis or the input given by the smart PPE. Okay. So again, second is virtual reality and augmented reality. So they offer the advantage of removing many workers from what we know potentially hazardous environments. They can support as well some maintenance tasks, especially those critical ones. We can use them for immersive training, for example, a commercial aviation, imagine a student pilot. So they can use this technology in order to like actually flying a plane, but in fact, they are on the ground doing this immersive training. They can be exposed to different hazards or unexpected situations, and to learn how's the proper response to that given situation. But then the reliability of the AR is dependent on how we maintain the access to sources of relevant, high quality information and whether or not they are up to date. So these devices may also be a source of risk because of the distraction. There could be information overload, the disorientation to the workers, motion sickness, or eye strain in case of prolonged use. Okay. So speaking of the big data, we started with that. Also some artificial intelligence, algorithms. So these new types of technologies can also come up with the smart monitoring tools will provide us an opportunity to improve our surveillance. Also to have evidence-based accident prevention programs and increase the efficiency of our safety inspections. So this also allow us to monitor our workers real time. So imagine you're wearing a smartwatch, so it can monitor your activity, even your sleeping pattern, your heart rate, so some of your health status, and it can guide you or advise you on what to do on the next hours. So however, again, this pervasive monitoring allowed by the AI-supported digital monitoring technologies can also have a negative impact, in particular to workers' mental health, especially if they come not prepared or not given on orientation on why and how these technologies will enter the traditional system of our workplace setup. So next is the advanced robotics and artificial intelligence together. So they can range up to an increasingly sophisticated robots that can already replace some of the workers, even to a customer-facing roles, to additive manufacturing technologies such as 3D printing, which can nowadays produce a replicate of human organs. So this potential of innovations, again, they are to meet the growing demand. So again, as mentioned, robotics allow us to remove workers from hazardous situations. It can improve the quality of work by doing those repetitive tasks to fast and accurate and tireless machines. Also, the cobots can facilitate to work with many people, to work together with people, also with those who are currently excluded. For example, supporting disabled people or aging workers in our workplace. However, this growing proportion of the mobile smart robots in the workplace may also increase the risk of accidents, as injury could also occur from direct contact with these robots or from the equipment that they use. So these robots, we know they are constantly learning, although we know that efforts are made to really factor in all the possible scenarios, they may still behave in anticipated ways. So we need to think of what are your contingencies when you are working with this robotics. So workers also have to keep up with the pace and level of work with a smart cobot. So imagine that high level of performance pressure put on our people. So again, in the end, this may have negative impacts on the workers' safety and health, particularly their mental health. It can also significantly reduce the contact with human peers and, of course, social support. So in the long run, it could be detrimental to workers' mental health. Again, without the necessary preparations, the change management process to this transition. So in Essilor, as I mentioned, not all we have adopted those technologies that we have discussed. So Essilor used some robots and cobots for manufacturing process to improve mainly the working conditions and achieve an operations optimum efficiency. So the cobots also open some doors to manage some of our unsolved ergonomic problems and prevent effectively musculoskeletal disorder risk, especially those tasked with heavy and repetitive motions. Okay, so by the way, Essilor is a multinational company producing lenses. We are present across 81 countries with around 69,000 employees, and we are one among the 32 Essilor production sites globally. So these are the location of other Essilor plants. Actually, those examples that I have shown earlier, they are either located or can be seen in other Essilor plants. So here in EMPI or here in the Philippines, we have also other Essilor entities operating here in the Philippines. And again, EMPI is the one located in Mariveles, Bataan, inside the Freeport area of Bataan. And we are established since February 1980. Currently, we have around 1,100 employees running or operating inside the 12,000 square meter, producing 48 million lenses and catering our customers in US, the Europe, and some Asia customers. So going back to other digital strategies. Okay, so one is the mobile digital devices. So thank you for this technology. We are having now our 17th NOSH Congress virtually. So these were made possible with the use of the digital technologies as well. So you're using now some of your mobile digital devices, your mobile phones, your laptops. So the global reach of mobile technologies is, we know now, one of the key driver why we are having a 24/7 economy. People, you no longer need to be in the same location to communicate and exchange information with the use of this technology. So given with the online platforms and the widespread connectivity, this will offer us also some opportunity for increased flexibility and later on a better work-life balance, again, if managed properly. So why? Because there could be some psychosocial and organizational risk factors that deserve some particular attention because they would give rise to higher levels of work-related stress and poor mental health, again, if not managed well. Okay, so also the online platform economy could create some challenges for the labor protection and how we manage the occupational safety and health and responsibilities. For example, muscular disorder can become more likely prominent or a commonplace with this setup. So why? Because we know inside their homes, for example, or in other places, we have less control. Or the employers have little control over them. So some may have not that comfortable setup inside their home, or it could increase a sedentary worker, which later on can result to some these illnesses such as diabetes, obesity, if not properly managed. Okay, so as likely to have a loss of clarity who is responsible for OSH, as early as now we have to define some of the policy, some of the programs that is adaptable to this current situation. Okay. So by the way, in Essilor, applying these online platforms, one we are using is one of the common, the Google Drive. So we have what we call the SRL Asia Ergonomics Techno Club. So by region, we have a group of site leaders. So there is the Techno Club in different topic, and one of them is ergonomics. So what we are doing, we are sharing most of the time our best practices. We are sharing the updates on our projects in our sites related to ergonomics, because we know across all Essilor plants, there is a big tendency that we have a similarity in terms of process, in terms of workstations. So therefore, application of best practice is more feasible. So we do the sharing because we are present in different countries. We are doing our regular meetings, our regular sharing online, and we store all the data in the Google Drive. So it serves like a catalog of all the references. Okay. So other ways that we can improve our OSH performance. First is we can drive our policy into practice in standardizing the work scope. We can also track some catalog some hazards and mitigation processes and make them available through digital libraries. I have given example with our Techno Club. Also, we could create digital workflows that can do those critical activities or just do some critical control checks. Also, maximize these technologies in facilitating critical communications. You could also maintain your compliance by having a software who will like monitor or update you if there are new regulations. And you can also use this to compile your lessons learned from past accidents or from accidents of other sites, the auditing, so the action tracking related to those inspections. So again, to improve the OSH performance, one of the key success factor is to keep track of your performance. So this technology will aid us to make it simplified, to make it accessible at any given time. So even across all sites, we could track our KPIs. Again, we have, it's the best venue or industry to benchmark. We know when we are evaluating or assessing your performance, sometimes we compare it with the industry standard. So when we are doing this for all Essilor plants, we are seeing what are the severity rate of accident in other Essilor plants. So why is this very high to this particular site? Even they have the same process, they have the same machineries, they have the same equipments, they have the same trainings. So therefore, you can better analyze what are the potential causes of an increased accident rate to a given site. For Essilor, what we are using is a GenSwitch software application. So this is available actually globally and being used by around 1.5 million users in 120 plus countries. You can scan the QR code for an easy reference, so it will direct you to the link of the Gensuite. Okay. So what is inside Gensuite are a lot of functions actually. So it can range from quality, security, product stewardship, equipment maintenance, but of course for occupational safety and health, I found this very relevant to our functions. One is the auditing and compliance assurance. Again, there are action trackings. You have your compliance calendar. You can have also your inspection tool that can be tailor-fitted or customized according to your need. Also, there are incident management and other functions like the ergo facilitator, the permit to work, lotto, which I know very familiar to all of you. So for this discussion, we will focus on the incidents and management. So I have here a video showing how we use our incident management.
Gensuite enables users to digitize HSE management through intelligently interconnected software applications. Our system includes multilingual interfaces, advanced mobile capabilities, ready-to-use reports, dashboards, and charts, and predictive analytics that enable users to achieve operational compliance, mitigate risk, and manage HSE programs with ease. How does Gensuite work? Let us show you how our incident management modules enable best practice processes from first incident report onward. Streamline incident management to report safety concerns, report and investigate incidents, drive corrective actions, and share business intelligence and analytics to evaluate overall program performance. All available seamlessly on desktop and mobile.
Again, the benefits of the incident management system for our organization is to streamline the incident reporting, to mitigate the risk, to identify the root cause and assign corrective and preventive actions. Also, it will automatically notify the action owner or the in charge if we still have open actions. It can also enhance your incident tracking with a detailed injury information. It improves your compliance at the end. It will boost your employee engagement with this hands-on mobile incident management, and of course, the benefit of reducing the workers' compensation cost and fines associated with the non-compliance. Okay, so there are still a lot of features, again, also functions which are the Gensuite is capable of. So one is the analytics, again, the dashboards, the statistics that it can give you. Gensuite also have the mobile application and a 24/7 customer service globally available. Jenny is the virtual assistant, like what we have in our smartphones, and also system tools for your self-service configuration. So again, I have here a video what a day in EHS looks like when you have Gensuite in your pocket.
Walk through a day of EHS management supported by Gensuite. It's 5 a.m. It's a little bit early to be heading into the plant, but you need to evaluate a new manufacturing unit. Third shift employees have complained about minor injuries and shoulder pain due to new equipment. You assess the ergonomic problem, log it into Ergo Facilitator, and make a note to escalate the issue to be corrected and examined. A new paint booth has recently been installed. As there will be a different kind of paint in the new system, you make a note to review the safety data sheet, or SDS. You pull out your tablet, do a quick search to pull up the SDS, and make a note to confirm that the new booth is in AirLog and that you've updated the inspection requirements in Compliance Calendar. The plant manager wants to talk with you about the recent increase in hand injuries and wants to know the core tasks, activities, and other data trends so that prevention actions can happen. You check in on your Safety Analyzer application and see that recent equipment changes did not go through the Management of Change, or MOC, process. You add MOC training to the engineer's training tracker requirements and assign them responsibility in the MOC Manager tool. You continue on your rounds, but you're caught off guard by a surprise inspection by the local regulatory authority. Luckily, you've been using Compliance Calendar to keep track of compliance needs and logging all quarterly reports in WaterWatch. Phew, everything's under control. You check your watch. Time for lunch.
Okay, so that was Gensuite. So now let's move on to some OSH strategies that could help mitigate the challenges and risk that I have presented brought by the digitalization. So this includes first to develop a ethical framework for digitalization, some codes of conduct to have a proper governance as well, to have a strong prevention through design approach that integrate human factors and a worker-centered design. Also to have the involvement of the workers even in the design stage and the implementation of any digitalization strategies. Also, we could have some collaboration between the academics, industry, social partners, the governments, or other stakeholders on the research and innovation to properly take account all the human aspects. Also, to have a regulatory framework to clarify some OSH liabilities and responsibilities in relation to the new systems and new ways of working, and have an adapted education system and training for workers. Again, for them to anticipate, to have in the process of the change management, and to have this transition smoothly. So in net, let us all put our effort to sway the balance to maximizing the prevention opportunities and minimizing all the possible potential negative effects of this digitalization to our workers. So for further readings, you can go to that link. And again, thank you very much for having me on this session. Please do stay safe and healthy. You have here my email address for your reference. Again, thank you very much to everyone and good morning.
Thank you very much to our highly knowledgeable resource persons.